thought I'd show you a little bit more and tell you a little bit more about the Camillus Carnivore X. I suppose you call it a knife. I wouldn't say it's a machete, but more like a kind of straight bladed knife. Now, the other day at work, I managed to get in some woods near where he was for about a quarter of an hour and do a bit of filming using the saw on the back. I was really interested about this saw. I used that, did a bit of chopping and a bit of splitting. So in a minute we'll go over to that and then you can watch that. The only thing I didn't do was, to be honest, I was rushing a bit, so I completely forgot to mention like the little spearhead, kind of little spear knife, and these are little spanner ends on it as well. Forgot to mention that, but I might be able to do that at a later date. The only things I've added to the knife is just a lanyard, and I may put something around the grip of this handle because I think it's because I'm so used to the Mora knives and on the silky saw, like these rubberized handles, they got such good grip on them. As soon as you feel anything else, it feels like it hasn't got a good grip on it. But I suppose that's being, you know, what you're used to. So this kind of feels a little bit like it might fly out my hand. That's just me, you know. That's why I put the lanyard on it. So I just need to look online for a couple of little bits of information. So according to online, so I haven't got a tape measure in here, according to online it's a 12-inch blade and it's a straight blade, not exactly like a Tanto blade but similar. It goes flat on the end and it's completely blunt. It's not sharp on the very end there. That's not sharp at all. This part is, and all the way down is. And it's got the saw. That's what I was really interested in, that. I've never seen a saw like it. It's kind of like really deep, almost like kind of files, you know, filed in, and then it's just the opposite on the other side. See if we can just zoom in on that for a minute. That's what the handle looks like. Full tang, I gather, because the metal comes back here. And this is supposed to be a wire cutter. So I can't tell you much about it, only what I've read online. So Camillus Carnivore X says titanium bonded. I'll just read what it says on it. It says a Camillus Carnivore is the tool for every chore. A 12-inch titanium bonded full tang blade, which is intended not just for cutting but for sawing, chiseling, digging, prying and wire cutting as well. That's Zytel handle. It's extremely ergonomic and highly durable. You won't have to worry about the handle breaking in the slightest. The forward weighted balance of the blade makes chopping through dense brush, tree limbs and wood easy. Knife comes with a bonus little fixed blade with 7 and 9mm hex heads. So that's those two there. 7 and 9mm hex heads. Spear notches for easy attachment to a branch or a stick. And 2-inch, well, with a 2-inch cutting edge. The sheath for this small knife can be carried attached to the carnivore or separate. If a 12-inch blade isn't going to be in the mix that day, whatever. I read that last bit wrong, but never mind, don't worry about that. According to this, Camillus have been around since 1876. Oh, I'd never heard of them, to be honest. Full tang, titanium bonded, multi-grind blade, ergonomic Zytel handle, integrated wire cutter, includes little backup fixed blade, nylon sheath, 12-inch blade, overall length is 18 inches. Handle material coyote brown Zytel. And that's about it, what I can tell you about the knife. Like I said, if I do something to the handle, like wrap it in some tape or something, I will prefer that. It's just like I said, I've been so used to rubberised handles. I keep using a silky saw at work all the time. They've got such a lovely handle, and using the Moras and that, those kind of rubberised handles are brilliant. So this kind of then suddenly feels like it feels a bit slippery. So I might put something around here. It's a good sized knife, good for chopping. Oh, I do some feather sticks as well. Well, attempted to do some feather sticks because you know how bad my feather sticks are. So that's pretty much what I can tell you about that. It feels like a nice knife, feels pretty strong. I've seen some videos of people trying to destroy them and they do last pretty good. You know, I don't see no one destroy one. Well, I personally haven't seen no one destroy one at all yet. Well, we'll get on to the bit in the woods and I'll show you that. It's not great, but it will do it. But because the teeth aren't wider than this part of the blade, like offset or whatever, it does start binding. You need to pull the branch down, but it will work. And it worked better than any saw on the back of a knife I've ever used. Right, well that was that. Me down the woods for that. Like I said, I'm just going to put some stuff on the handle, and then I reckon I prefer it all the more. I don't know whether electrical tape or something will do. I know you can get stuff you can put around handles. If I can make it a little bit more kind of tacky, I suppose, for your hand, I reckon that'll be better for me. Right, I've got a couple of different videos coming up. Funky Prepper tagged me in a video, so I'll do my response to that, I suppose. So if you're watching, cheers for that, Darren. And I'll see if I can get that on in the next couple of days. So when I get a chance, if I can tie this to a bit of like a stick or whatever to make a spear out of it, we'll give it a go and see what that works like. Right, anyway, cheers for watching, and I'll see you later.